Hey. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Sean. Can y'all share this? Because she's not taking my call. And can you guys hear me? I had to break out the good Wi Fi tonight. Thank you, Sean. Hi, Sheila. How are you? Hey, yay. It's dark. You can't see anything. You can see my lights. That's it. Hey, if you. Oh, good. I've been busy. If you guys could share, please. Thank you. I don't ask it. I'm really, 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 really confused. Anything you would just find by me. Thank you. Thank you. She won't take my call. I tried 4 times to call in. She won't take it. She's talking about we were gonna let Lori sleep in her van. Hey, Lori. Here we are. Your hens. Hey, hugs. Your hens, your vet people that are trying to help you, and busy. Yeah. I'll tell you. Your texts are kind of bothering me. They've got me worried. What's really going on here? This is, this is kind of crazy. I see it. You're dealing with a mechanic. Well, call in. Let's hear it. Because some of us are a little concerned here. Well, yeah, you kind of were. Hey, Lori.
So
Here's
we started at 8 o'clock this morning, freezing cold. You understand? So we've been going for 10 hours. The only time we had a break was when we went to eat dinner tonight, and then we went and got the van. We had to stop in freezing cold weather to get the gas in it. We dropped the van off. We went around looking at stores. Looking at stores. My batteries were dropping on everything. Hello, Huey boy. Do I know you? No.
But here's my question.
Mandy, I follow you. I follow you. Yes, I am following you. I would never, ever, ever.
Yeah. Did you thank Uncle Richard?
That was the problem. You want me to talk to you, but then I've got to go to Uncle Richard, who sets his own deadlines, and I have to go in there and be nice to him because I really like the guy, and I really think it's more important that I thank a man who's helped me with the fixing my van.
But you have
Wait,
somebody
wait, hold on,
scoping.
hold on, Mandy. If you're following me, uh, Mandy, I thought that was Manda. You have to go out and come. Are you seeing anybody else's bubbles? If you're
No,
seeing everybody else's bubbles, I don't know why you're not seeing mine. So I wanted to be there, Miss Richard, and thank you, and tell him how much I appreciate what he did for me.
well, I
I mean,
understand
that
that.
was very important to me because this man took his time out to make sure I was safe.
And that's exactly. Everybody wants you to be safe. And that's important. If nobody gave a shit, they wouldn't have made sure to try to make
Excuse me, but
sure.
who just said I bashed Richard? I don't recall saying anything bad about Richard. And when the incident last happened, I said things happen. Accidents happen. People make mistakes. Wires get crossed.
Yeah, and that's another concern. Are you safe where you're at?
No, those chihuahuas bite me. and they ripped me apart in a million pieces. No, I feel I'm very safe. Um, it is a little rural, but this is a lot safer than being in, say, downtown LA or Long Beach, where you have a row of houses. You're on a large property where there aren't going to be a lot of neighbors.
True. I'm sitting on 5.5 acres.
Yeah, so
I
you're a
know.
lot safer than having been, like, let's say, living on a street where your neighbor's in an apartment yelling at his wife. I was in a a motel, and the guy 2 doors down broke out a window. He was so mad he threw something through the window.
When was this?
Oh, 5, 6 years ago.
Okay, we're not talking about 5 or
I
6
know,
years
but I'm
ago.
just saying is when you're less compacted with people, you're more safe. You can see people coming up the driveway. There's a lot of things you can do.
Mm.
Um, do I think she's an axe murderer or anything really dangerous? No. Her dogs have not bit me. Her cat did step on me and walk on me, and her dog just plopped on me, but
But
no.
here's the thing. Here's the thing here. I tried 3 or 4 times because she's saying, if you have questions, call. If you have questions, call. I tried 3 or 4 times. She ignores me.
Honey, do you understand today that we were in how many stores
No, just a few minutes ago.
just now? Well, guess
Yeah,
what? I was playing a game after having not been online for like 8 or 12
but
hours.
why is she asking people, if you have questions, call? If you have questions, call. I tried to call. The one
Yeah, so
thing
guess
here,
what? If I'm blocking you and Jules, maybe I was busy, or maybe I
no,
was
we're not
trying to
talking
charge my
about you.
phone, or
No, we're
maybe I
not
was
talking.
dealing with a scope where somebody was talking about me.
You know what? That's not what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about at all.
You want to see? Okay, let me see why you were where.
That's not what I'm talking about, Lori.
No, I
That
want to see the
that's
messages.
what messages.
Oh, hold on.
I'm not, and that's the thing. I'm not talking about you per se.
Oh my God. The mechanic just told me it runs really good. She really should appreciate it.
But that's not what.
That then they made a mistake. But I'm gonna go over my text messages because apparently I'm not paying attention. I had Annie at 6 o'clock. I had Cheri at 11:46. Manda at 9:02. That's on my cell phone.
But that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Focus
Well,
here
I
for a
can't
second.
access. I don't
That's
understand why you
okay.
are
Wait,
telling
wait a
me
second
I'm
here.
not answering your messages when I
That's
told
not what
tell
that's not
you.
what I'm talking about. That okay. We're gonna totally backtrack for a second here. You got to be patient because it's the lady that you're staying with sat and said, if anybody had questions, and she's more than welcome to come in here. I have no clue who she is. But here are I had questions. She would not take my call. I was sitting there. I pushed to call in. No, 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 no.
That is
Refused.
okay. That is
And that's
her, not
exactly
me. Were you in my scope? Sometimes I ignore you and a lot of people because I don't want call-ins from anybody.
correct. But that's not what I'm talking about right this minute. I'm talking about she asked, do we have questions?
Then that's you to take up with Chichi, not me.
But here's the other part. You're true diehards. You're not even you're not even really taking up for us. Who in the, and she says, well, we were going to allow you to sleep in your van that night. How many times realistically on this adventure you've been on has anybody sat and forced you to sleep in your van or on the side of the road or
Nobody has.
that's
And I
exactly.
had people like Mandy looking for rooms that night. She told me if you can't get this
We were
lady to
all
help you,
looking.
She
And
was.
that's what people, and I
I
appreciate
don't know
I
what to say.
appreciate
I'm
you.
just in here. I'm tired. I need to lay down. I don't have water.
We all sat and did it. Yeah, you were upset. Why were you
uh,
upset that morning?
Barely. I'm going to mute you because barely I can't mute you. But you know what? I'm going to say something, Marilyn. I just said that the $400 check cashed. So how do I have $900? The mind you,
We're
I
not
still have one
talking
more,
about
couple more bills coming out. She's not my partner.
but this is, here's, I was trying to ask the lady, and I wish she would come in here. You're more than welcome to share this, Lori, because
I
you know
can't bother her. Do you realize that she's tired too? She's been going for 10 hours.
I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm up at 5 a.m. every morning. Every single morning, I'm up at 5 a.m. But for someone saying that you were crying and upset and everything when she came and picked you up on the side of the road, maybe everybody needs to look back at that. What
Why are
preceded
you
all
turning
that?
against me,
I'm
Cheri?
not turning against you.
You're breaking
I've
a
been
scope
in.
about me. You're threatening to call my doctor and say I'm crazy.
No, I'm not. Because you're not talking to people. It's like
Because I'm not
everything
talking to
all of a
people because
sudden
I
become a
haven't eaten
goddamn
anything
secret.
until 6 o'clock at night. Do you understand?
Yeah,
I had
you
not
know
eaten
what,
anything all
Sunshine?
day.
Yes,
I had
I
nothing
did.
to drink. I was
My
going from
home was
store to
open to
store so
her.
she could buy me things like sheets and stuff.
And I appreciate that. But you sat and called a man, you sat quietly, you called a man a white cracker trash,
Oh,
and then
so what
scoped the
Nina does
man.
is all right. Here's what I want you. I want you to go into Nina's scopes and yell at her every time she's cussed in Spanish.
But Lori, you know what?
I
We
made
sit.
a mistake. I apologize. I was so fucking tired. I had to sit down at least four or
Nobody
five
needs to
times
call
on
Social
broken glass
Security.
and dirt.
Nobody needs to call social services. I'm not calling anybody's doctor.
I'm eating candy so I can get some sugar highs. I feel good. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
But Lori, everybody's trying to help you and do things, but yet the ones that are helping you the most, you're pushing everybody away. You're pushing every one of us away, and we don't know what happened. We're going beyond and we're doing. Yeah, you and we argue in the background.
Do you know what
Yes.
happened? Do you know what happened? That scope started 15 minutes, 10 minutes after. She politely went up there. Then I heard her while I was sitting there with my. She didn't even know I was down there. I don't think. I said when I came out, I need water, and I sat down, and not one person came with water. No way.
Where? At the McDonald's?
No, at that junkyard.
That was so whose responsibility was it to give you water?
If I went to McDonald's, if I went to a barber shop and I sat down on the floor and said I looked like I was about ready to pass out. And
That's not their but
no,
see,
but they should have at least said hello, how you doing, whatever. But they didn't give a fuck. And you know what? I sat there quietly on the ground while she was doing her business.
and you
You didn't see
scoped it
me. I sat
and
there and
didn't
she was
say a
yelling at me,
word,
and they were yelling. I
but you
didn't get involved. I just sat there in pain.
you were not raised for the actions that we all saw today. We
No.
don't
And you
treat
know
you
what?
like that.
You know when I get pushed so hard that I have to sit on the ground. Do you know when the last time I had sciatica? Do you know? I got it in both legs today right now. I couldn't go out and help Chichi with the rest of the groceries. I just sat on the bed. Piles of stuff. Couldn't move. And during that event, I listened to her say to him, I was quoted. They didn't give her a list of cars that were the right ones. There was a 2005 out there. They didn't list that.
Because anytime you go to a pull apart, you go and that's why it's called a pull apart. You go out and you get it. Just because I call and say I need a headlight for a 2017 Volkswagen, but I need it for a Jetta, but I take it off of a Passat. They're two different kinds of vehicles. Even though if they're interchangeable, things change. I can call and get an estimate on one thing, and when they come out, it can be more. But here's
No, I did not. I did not ever tell anybody your name. Never. I have never, ever in public or anyone else said your name.
Tell me where they found out Carolyn.
I don't know. And I didn't tell them.
You want to know what? I will tell you, because Lori, the minute I have known all along exactly where Lori is. I know. She told me. I know exactly where she's at. Because
I was on the
we
phone
are
and she was
concerned.
worried I was in the dark. That was
Now, I guess I'm not giving addresses. I don't do that. We'll see quickly what this person has to say. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I don't know who you are.
This is Jeff.
No, I'm not busted for doxing anyone. Lori, for safety reasons, let people know where she was at.
She's one crazy bitch. That's all I'm saying. Fuck Churchy.
But she asked for questions, and I tried to call and ask the lady questions. There's no reason to get anybody banned from anything. But if Lori was so concerned on where she was going, if she wasn't concerned, she wouldn't have let somebody know where she was. Hi, Big Red. How are you?
Good. What's the nitwit up to now?
Well, where she's staying asked people to call in if they had questions. I had questions. She wouldn't take my call.
She doesn't want the truth. She's a fucking simpleton. I'm just telling you, she's got everybody on here now seeing the true colors. She goes where, people are going to give her the money and all this. Just give up. Give up. Whatever you've done, you're a better person, and everybody else, let somebody else deal with her. And when she's stranded, she'll come back. And then you know what? Let her
Can
just go. Let her
can,
go.
can I say something?
If she let you in the beam, I'm sure you can, hon.
Okay. She came in today and she asked for the vehicle. So my job is to look up the vehicle and give them it's a list that tells you the roads and where to locate the vehicle. I'm sorry I'm talking like this. I'm echoing, so it's distracting me.
That that fucking too much hurt opens up her when Churchy said that you should put a gallon of milk on your head and make a fucking malted? So go ahead. I stuck up for your fucking dumbass. Go ahead, bitch. You're another fucking user crying. You're just jealous because Churchy made more fucking money on this app than you ever did. Go
What are you
ahead.
talking about?
I'm sorry, sweetheart, not you. That
Oh,
fucking two-faced wannabe, whatchamacallit.
but anyways, they came in and got the vehicle information. I gave it to them, and then well, she got kind of rude with me in the beginning, but I ignored it and just walked away. So they went and looked for their vehicle, and then they called back up there, and then that's when everything went downhill. But I don't know what the problem is, but we've been getting calls, and it's just been a mess, and it's ridiculous.
Nobody should be calling a place of business.
I mean, we did our job. We tried to help her. You know, it was. I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that happened to you. I don't know you.
Yeah, I know. But I never been on anything like this. That's why my voice is kind of shaky. But I'm just all this. All this is crazy. This is crazy.
Well, I'm not
I
bashing you.
really, I really downloaded this app because a lady told me about the women, both women. You know, I basically figured out a bunch of stuff that was going on with them and why the one lady was down here from Florida, just all kinds of stuff.
Right. Well, run quick, run away.
I don't know. They're not welcome back at our business though.
Well, that I mean, as again, I don't know what happened. I I apologize. Lori wasn't raised like that.
Yeah, I'm
Lori's
just not gonna go over all of it over the internet. I just wanted to clear stuff up that how they act, how the one lady acted was just ridiculous. And on the water thing, by the way, we have two sinks. We have one outside that they wash their hands out. We don't have a faucet or cups of water or anything like that. We have drink machines over there that has water in them. I mean,
well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's
and it's funny because when she got on the ground after saying that, she pulled her phone right out. And I was like, yeah,
well. I apologize.
it's not your fault. People act the way they do. It's
Well,
okay. We deal with customers with attitude, all that. So
right. Uh, I hope it settles down.
yeah, that would be nice.
It will. It'll settle down. Like I said, Lori
'Cause
wasn't.
that's just trying to put a bad name on our business when we just do our job. That's how we run it. You have to go look for your own parts. And everything on that list that I gave her was compatible with the headlight she wanted. She didn't ask for a lens. She asked me for a headlight.
Um, I have no clue. I just whoever the lady that she's staying with asked for questions. I tried to call to ask my questions.
Yeah, I tried to talk to both of them and call in, but they wouldn't accept me. So they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want nobody to hear it.
She wouldn't take. She wouldn't answer. But my questions, are basically, she's saying that we weren't helping Lori, and I'm trying to figure out what
Yeah,
we really need to do.
I heard she had mental issues and all that, but that's sad to hear. But that one lady, the chichi lady or whatever her name is, she was just crazy to me. I don't know.
But yeah, if you're new to this app, you probably want to run in the other direction.
Okay, well, I guess I'll shut up now. I'm sorry.
No, I apologize. Lori knows better.
Yeah, I just I just downloaded it to see and see what was going on with this mess.
Right. Well,
And
I hope.
plus, we got enough on our end to deal with, so I just wanted to see what was going on.
Right.
But I appreciate for you listening.
Hey, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I hope you have a good evening. I hope tomorrow goes better for you.
Thank you, ma'am. You too.
Okay. A lot of these names of people asking to call in, I don't know you. I'm not bashing anybody. I will let you up here, but if you're bashing, you're out of here. I'm not going to have that. It's
Cheri, is there any problem with the sound when I'm on here?
no. And if I had, we're going to do this one. But any hatefulness, you're out of here. I'm not going to do it. Now, Loretta, you're echoing.
All
Do
right, then
what?
I'll drop down. Not a problem as long as you said so.
Right. We're
What's happening?
nothing. I mean, if you're going to bash, I don't.
Oh no, I'm not calling to bash anybody. That I think that's the same person I talked to when I called the shop this afternoon. It sounded like the guard answered the phone.
She does work there,
Oh, okay. Somebody said it really, or a comment saying it really wasn't her, but that sounds like the woman I talked to.
but she's saying they've gotten a lot of phone calls today and it's bad on their business.
Well, I called and I made a prank call on them, but it wasn't anything that was bad really. I just acted like I was like related to Churchy and said that she forgot to take her medicine, and they left me at the Cracker Barrel to go get parts for the car. So I wasn't rude to them or anything.
I mean, this. I don't know. I don't. If you called Social Security, that's not right.
No, I didn't do that either. I mean, think about it. Monday it was a holiday. They wasn't even open. The day I said I did it, it was Martin Luther King Day. They weren't
Right.
even open. So
But you shouldn't be call. I mean, you can do what you want, but it really, taking things off of somewhere is really not appropriate. You know,
yeah, I know that. I mean, it was a joke. It was
I
just to
mean,
get people riled up. So
and that's exactly, and it's not even remotely funny. Everything that's going on is not even funny.
yeah, you're
It's
right. But I mean, it's sad that but then she says she's got all this money, and then people just keep giving, giving, giving. She's saying she's got money, and then she's blowing it on stuff she shouldn't even be blowing it
Lori
on.
doesn't have any money. Lori doesn't have any money. She lives on a medium. Not even, you probably make more in a week or two. Half everybody make more. I mean, could you survive on $700 or $800 a month?
She said she had 900 in the bank. Is what she said yesterday. She's not to pay rent anywhere right now. All she's paying is gasoline and whatever she's doing with it. So
Her bills for the month have come out. See, that's
what?
what everybody's. She still had bills.
What bills? What does she
She's
have?
she's had to she had to pay her rent, electric.
She didn't have rent.
Yes, she did. She still had to pay her rent for January for the partial month.
Well, that's not what she said yesterday in that scope she deleted.
She said that. She said that her check had not cleared the bank.
Well, whatever. She still had money.
That's crazy. She still had bills. Yes, she did. She's paid October, November, December, and had to prorate it for January. So yes, she has had. She's had to pay. Now, if someone wants to call in and ask whatever, she still has bills. She doesn't have money. And there's no mysterious credit cards, there's no backup money. No one's responsible for paying her bills. And she pays her bills. Just because she's sitting and hello.
I was gonna say, Congo was right. She did say she had $900, and her rent's 400, and she only stayed till the 15th, which would be half month's rent, which is 200. And I can't see any of her other bills being over $200, so she would still at least have $400 left, if I'm correct. So that is money.
And she could have sat and said, what I mean?
And
It's just, but
I
everybody
mean,
thinks that she's rolling, rolling, rolling.
I'm just saying that, like, if you have $900 and you do the math, that's still $400 you have. And it, like, I mean, if you got that sort of money and then you're sitting there laughing about, like, if you're sitting there laughing about the fact that, like, Richard's paying, not you, but they are, that Richard's paying the bill and it's no issue because he just said he's going to, even though he didn't want to. It's just kind of a shitty situation.
The whole thing's a big jumble.
And it sucks because, like, when I first started talking to Churchy, like, before, like, I kind of got that she was asking for money all the time because she doesn't make a lot of money, and I get that. Like, I fully understand that, right? To a point. But when, like, so many people try to help her, and then, like, she didn't get any, like, self-motivation to do anything herself, and then got herself into this situation, and now everyone spent all this money, and people just getting trapped in it. It's like, it sucks because she's a cool person, and then now that she's spending time with Chichi, I feel like it's just like dragging her down more, and she's becoming nasty.
It's very toxic.
Yeah, like, I
Is
feel
what
like that's the issue, right?
it's very toxic. And
Because sorry, go on.
no, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, me either. I was just gonna say, like, I try to call into Chi Chi's thing, and I try to say two or three things, and she just instantly started screaming at me, and then kicked me out. And she's like, "You're yelling at me," and I'm like, "No, I was just trying to explain to you, you're being toxic. You're not helping this situation, and you're destroying the fact that there's so many people that actually care about Churchy, and are trying to help. You're destroying that all for her."
Correct.
And Churchy's also herself making it worse by acting the way she is. And, like, I feel like Churchy's one of those people that if she's around someone, she kind of feeds off their vibe. So she's being like Chichi.
Correct. And
Well,
that's not good.
okay, Gypsy keeps messaging me and saying things. What do I want her to do? I mean, take some accountability for something and be able to try and make a change and keep working towards what she was working towards, is finding a new place. And just don't, like, sit around making excuses and just get it done.
And that's exactly correct. And there are
Yeah,
a lot
like,
of
I'm
things
not
in
being
the
mean.
background. Exactly. I mean, if people are, they may say, well, nobody's helped, nobody helped, nobody helped. But
So
yet
many people did.
there are people that have been helping, not financially.
Hey, Cheri.
Am I a financial supporter? No, I'm not. I have been helping Lori for a long time, but not financially. I'm not going to do that.
Cheri, can I say one thing, please?
Yes, I
Don't
don't know who it is.
Well, no, we kind of had little words the other night because I made a rude comment about Churchy. I want to apologize for that because you don't know me and I don't know you. But I think it's really, really sucks the way she's doing you and Mandy, all because of Chi.
Well, here's part of it, and that's why I'm not bashing her. There, I have no reason. I don't. Where some people come out and they publicly do everything and say everything publicly. I
Mm-hmm.
don't do that. There's
Me
been times,
neither.
and I'll just go. She told me no. I'll talk to her privately, and I talk to her privately.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of her scopes, um, apologizing or mad because it's conversations that she and I have
Mm-hmm.
privately.
Which it
And
should be that way. A friend, that's a true friend.
right. And what's going on now? I'm worried. I'm worried to death.
Well,
What
it's because of Chi Chi. I think Churchy will listen to you and Mandy both, and she has been. But Chi Chi's involved now, and I think Chi Chi might be a little bit jealous because all the attention that Churchy gets on this app, and she's not getting it.
well,
And
You
I,
could definitely be right.
and that could be. I mean, it honestly could be. I don't know. I don't like the stress.
yeah,
I
but you don't know nobody. I mean, bless your heart, you got more guts than I do. I would have done cut it off a long time ago, but that's you. I mean, you
I
did
get
what
mad
you.
at her. I get mad at her and I go, "I'm done."
Mm-hmm.
And
But you're one
then
of them people that can't because you have. I mean, you have a big heart, and I'm just scared that you are going to get really, really burnt by this since she's with Chi Chi.
but it's not really a burn. I mean, how am I getting burned by
Doesn't
supporting?
Well,
affect us.
just get your feelings hurt because when you put as much time as you and Mandy has into Churchy and have somebody come in
But
and think
there's
they know everything.
right. I mean, there's others in the background. You know, we were never intended to be publicly, out there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You
Mhm.
have the ones what we do, and it is not for the glam light. It's
Oh.
not for the recognition.
Mhm.
It's and that's exactly. I'm not.
Did Did
I'm
you
not
meet
for it.
Churchy on here, or did you know her before?
No, I met her on here
Okay.
way back when, for
Okay.
a long time ago,
Yeah.
and she and I have always gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth,
Mhm.
and it is. Was I wrong? And I'm going to apologize to the 200 people in here, to over 200. When Lori was heading to the woman's house, Lori gave me the address of where she was going. Have I shared that? No, I
No.
have not,
Mm-mm.
because it's not my place.
But you're gonna
But
have to deal with the fallout from what just happened when you heard Chi Chi in the background saying, "What?"
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So
She just said you said my name was something,
yeah,
blah blah blah.
and she's
So
thinking that you spread her name all over Periscope, and you haven't. But
no,
that's what I'm saying. Chi Chi's she's not. I don't know. I mean, she's not dealing with a
no,
full day.
but
Chi Chi's count actually got deleted. I don't think she deleted it like
Oh,
but
herself.
really?
here,
Well, she
I
needs
think
to.
she
She
got
needs to
blocked.
stay off this app.
Yeah, no,
well, part of it, when you
dude.
think about it, I mean, that was a responsible thing for Lori to do. Someone knew where she was.
Yeah, no,
If
exactly.
something
You
happened.
shouldn't go to a stranger's house and not let anyone know
Correct.
where you are.
Correct.
Like that's just
Yeah, but it was
basic
one
common sense.
person. I mean, it might have been two or three people that know. That
No.
was for safety reasons, though.
Right.
But
One
she's
person,
not
No,
gonna see it like that though.
I
Church
really don't
ain't
like
gonna,
this one
Chi-Chi's not gonna
person.
see it like that.
but
This one person just keeps sticking up for it. You messed up. Why did you say that you knew the address? It doesn't matter if she says she knew the address. She never actually said the
no,
address. She never said the
No.
person's name. She didn't say it. She just says, I know where Churchy is, which
Yeah.
as a friend, she should.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, that's,
Because
don't, like, say that shit.
say something went horribly bad and she disappeared,
Yeah,
and we
because Churchy
know,
doesn't have any family. I
correct.
mean, basically,
We
this
are
is
her.
her.
and,
We
Yeah.
are her family.
Yeah.
and you also don't know with Chi-Chi, with, like, we've obviously seen her anger today. That could be
Mm,
physical. That could be physical too. And
God.
like you don't with Churchy, I don't see her being able to defend herself or being a violent person. So that,
I
like,
think Churchy would
you know
holler
what I
for
mean?
help though.
Yeah,
As
she
far as
definitely would.
calling or
She,
something.
but she would do something like that. But you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't seem like the person that would punch someone. Like,
No.
she can
No.
be an asshole
No.
and say things like she did today, where she called a white dude a cracker, and I was like, okay, wait, have you looked
Yeah.
at the color of your skin? And you calling someone a cracker? Like, but
Yeah.
I
I
was
think
just,
she just she does not think half the time about what she says. She just says it. And then she
the
suffers the repercussions from it.
yeah, exactly. The only thing I wanted to bring up, like, are you a Facebook group person, or are you like from back in the day, or are you from Periscope? Like,
Periscope, Twitter.
yeah, well, because like one thing I've noticed with Churchy is there's a thing where, like, if she isn't getting along with like Periscope people so much and shit, she was kind of going back and forth, and would
Hey,
just go
Aaron.
back to the Facebook group, and it seems like a lot of things got brought out then that she was asking money from one side and then asking money for the other side, and I just don't get it because, like, this is not the first time it seems like she's been unappreciative, because, like, I watched that one scope that she sat there and laughed, and she's like, oh, if I wanted Keen to buy me $500 of groceries, I could have made him. I think
Yeah.
Keen's a fucking idiot. But you don't say that sort of shit. That just shows how fucking selfish you can be.
Yeah, but I think it's
What?
because she lived with her mother for what, 50 something years, and I think her mother might have been a little bit abusive to her. The understanding I get.
Who hasn't had an abusive somewhat of in their family? I'm pretty sure majority of people in the world have had, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think, like, this is the
Oh, I'm
one
not
thing.
making excuses for her.
Yeah,
She's
no,
just,
exactly. Like,
hmm
I just find it weird because I'm 27 and I listen to all these older people and they're making these weird excuses, and I'm like, you're a grown fucking adult, like, beyond a grown adult, and this does not have make sense because I'm on disability myself, and I get $1,100 a month, and I live off it in Australia, which is a lot more expensive than the States, a lot more expensive, and I managed to do it. And I smoke cigarettes. I pay for my own beer. I pay for my own food, pay for my own shit, and I just deal with it and just manage with what I can, right? So it's
Cheri,
just
I'm
like,
gonna drop down, hon. I just wanted to
Oh,
apologize
that's fine.
and
I'll tell you,
do
I
the
don't.
do the
oh,
best you can. That's all I can say.
I can honestly say if you said something, I honestly don't
You
remember.
probably had to defend her a lot here lately, so. But yeah,
I
I just wanted to apologize, hon.
that's okay. I like I said, I don't even remember what it was, and if I said something, who knows?
Yeah.
like a
We're
squirrel.
women.
Yeah, I
We,
have to sit on my hands sometimes.
right. As
Your
women,
dog is
we're as
so cute,
catty
by
as
the way.
all can get
Oh,
out,
thank
and
you.
we
All right, hon.
scout. Okay, have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
Um, I guess things went south. I don't know what happened. I'm generally concerned. I'm worried, and that's just me.
Well,
And
that's the thing. She was just in the call and then it dropped out, right? And so it didn't seem like a pleasant conversation going on.
right,
And that's why I called in when Chi like was doing the thing, and I was trying to say she got angry at me because I said you're bad juju, and you give bad vibes, and she wouldn't let me explain why, and I'm like, because this is toxic.
Right. This is, I mean, I have stressed to saying, take away the name and look at as a human being.
Yeah, she got banned.
You know, take it a 62-year-old disabled woman, a human being. Take the name away as a human being.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's the way I look at it.
And there's like, she came at me, and I'm not a religious person myself, and she's like, "Oh, did you go to church today?" And I'm like, I don't need to go to church to learn morals of what is right and wrong.
Right.
Like, that's just common sense. As human beings, we learn we can choose to be morally right or wrong. You don't have to be a religion to be that. And I think that's a real big cop out that I've found is, I have no care for what anyone's religion is. But if you're using your religion to be like, oh, I'm so Christian, I'm so this, but then you act like a fucking complete dickhead, you're just a complete dickhead. That's my opinion.
That's exactly. But yeah, I don't, I don't get into the politics. I don't get into the religion part.
Yeah, me either. That's why I ignore that shit.
So I don't know, but I'm generally, I'm going to say it, I'm worried. I'm concerned. If her telling me where she was at was wrong, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
She got deleted like 20 minutes ago, so I don't know what the at name is anymore.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling it. Like I said, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna.
bashing.
Exactly. I just wanted to jump in and give my point because I'm kind of like, I used to be like Churchy. Every time I joined Churchy, would be like, "Oh, it's my favorite troll." Because I would always just like play around with Churchy and would laugh. So we've had a good, fun relationship, and I know her pretty well. And people are like, "Oh, you don't know about this." I'm like, I just sit in the background and I've watched this probably more than anyone. Like, I've got agoraphobia, so I don't leave my house.
Right.
So I got plenty enough time to watch this shit.
Yeah.
And I just wish it would stop. Like, there's got to be some point that it changes, and like, Churchy needs to get the fuck out of there because it's just going to get bad.
Honestly, she either needs to go back to Florida
That's
or
what I
she
think.
needs
Yeah,
to go on and go to the West Coast.
but
Here comes the villain.
that's why I'm so mad, is because when I first like started getting really talking to Laurie into the situation, everyone was looking for a place for her in Florida, and she was like, "It's too expensive. It's too expensive." And then I also sat there and thought, so after everyone pays for this whole trip and all this, I'm going to say it's pretty extravagant in the amount of money that's being spent.
Right.
When she gets somewhere, does she have any money for a place, or are we all going to have to pay for that too?
You're as clueless as I am.
Do you get what I mean, though? Like, if you go
I
feed it for
totally
3-4 months, then she's like, "Oh, well, I need a place to live now. Can you pay for that too?"
we were all Irish Life said she found her an apartment in Florida. We all found sending information, sending.
I was sending her places, and I'm from Australia.
Right.
Like, it's a pretty simple Google search.
Correct. That's exactly. She had no business leaving Florida. In all honesty, I think she needs to go back to Florida.
Hello,
Yeah.
Cheri. Hello,
Hey,
Jesus.
Sean. How are
Anyway,
you?
Hello, viewers. How are you?
sup, Sean? I'm gonna drop out so you can talk, bud.
All
Okay.
right.
All right, good
Take
talking,
care.
guys.
Hey,
Hey.
I think I'm in trouble.
You know what? I don't think you're in trouble at all. You and Mandy have been worried sick about this lady, and I'm going to repeat the advice that I gave both of you to the viewers, which is this: is that you can't tell Churchy what to do because she's going to do what she wants to do no matter what. And the best thing you can do is just sit back, watch, wait, and when she does fall, help her back up.
Mm-hmm. And
That
that's what I've
yeah,
been trying to do.
yeah.
And
Being worried about her well-being. Well, it's nice to to check in every once in a while,
thank you, Jules.
but but you can't guide her because she's got her own wild
She has her
GPS
own
going on.
agenda. She has her own agenda. She's, and I'm not talking bad about her, but she is like an 18-year-old kid, like we all were, given freedom, per se, where, and we go hog wild. It's like, oh yeah, we're in our freshman year of college and we go absolutely bonkers and we fall on our face. And then
Hello,
that's when we
Mandy.
have our friends and family pick our asses up off the ground and say, you fucked up.
Well, yeah, but I think you know something tells me that Lori is taking advantage of an opportunity. The problem is that it's not really, it wasn't really available for her to take advantage of. And what I'm getting at is this: she's been stuck in Winter Haven for quite some time. She doesn't have much, and she saw an opportunity to enjoy a little bit of adventure.
Right.
Unfortunately, it was at our expense.
Correct.
But you know, I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just trying to understand her. And um, even I guess there was somebody had done some creative math and came up with that she had $300, $400, $500, held back. You know what? That you can blow that within minutes. you know, it's good to have some emergency money, and she's probably going to need it, especially if she doesn't have anything coming in and she doesn't have any gas.
Correct.
So I don't know what went on at the junkyard, but I take it that she wasn't getting the customer service that she thought she so richly deserved, and
She
they.
was quiet until they walked out the door.
What do you mean? What happened?
Um, it's on YouTube. It was bad.
Oh, it's that kind of a thing.
It got on YouTube within an hour.
So,
Basically, she sat quiet. The other lady, they were talking about something, and it was a price difference. And then somebody went ballistic. And then at the end of it, I'll just send you the link.
so some people were walked out the door of the business, were they?
No, they were asked to leave, and someone called someone a white cracker trash.
Ah, yeah. That's not exactly going to win friends and influence people, will it?
No, and it was, and I'm not taking up for or anything else. I tried to explain to her that was not appropriate. That's not the way she was raised, and that's not the way you talk.
No, I heard you say that, and you're quite right. And you know, here's the
Correct, and it was Lori that said it.
here's the thing is that there's people that have very limited experience in life, and they seem to think that pounding on the table and being obnoxious and belligerent will get their way. And the sad thing is, in my travels, it's quite the opposite. The nicer you are to people, the more likely they're going to go out of their way to help you.
Exactly.
So hopefully they've both learned something by the experience.
I hope so too. I hope it's not at, again, I hope it's not at Lori's expense. Um, I feel bad, but probably one of the smartest things, and I'm going to stick to my guns. One of the smartest things that she could have done was tell one person the address of where she was at.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you never know who you're dealing with.
Exactly.
I
don't know Chichi at all.
I don't know who the person is.
But her reputation precedes her. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I don't,
So, well, you know what? I take it that Lori's stay at Chi-Chi's is for a limited time engagement, is it?
The way it was supposed to be for one night or 2 nights. I don't know. She's not answering anyone. I hope someone got a hold of her. Um, because like I said, you know, I'll pull. No, I'm not. I know where she's at, and if there's a big concern about it, then she's
Yeah, I can't see Churchy staying there permanently, simply because there's it sounds like there's already a little bit of a personality conflict between the both of them.
correct.
So it's to Churchy's. I don't think Churchy can really live with anybody anyway. If she doesn't want assisted living, it probably means that she honestly feels that she's better off on her own, and that might be just knowing herself. Um, but you know, she needs to get her shit together if she wants to survive.
Right. But
But
again, you know,
so I'm not. Here's the thing, and this is what I really want to say to the viewers, and I know that a lot of you are very disgusted by some of the things that you've seen and heard within the past few days of Churchy's colorful character. Um, but here's the thing: she's an older lady that has disabilities, including mental illness. I, I I encourage you to be sympathetic, and I encourage you that if you can help her, and I don't necessarily mean monetarily, do so. But just be sure what you're getting yourself into. She's not gonna do what you say. She's not always gonna take your advice.
correct.
But but this is somebody that is a part of our community, and like any other member of our community, we're all in this together. We really should be.
That's exactly. We're one big dysfunctional family, and we're stuck with everybody.
Yep, for better or worse.
You know,
Often worse.
true, true.
You know what? That's what makes this app interesting. Is that the diversity of people on it, and I don't necessarily mean race and religion. I mean character. I mean opinions. They're all going to vary, and we can learn from them. So I wish the best for everybody on here,
I,
and
I
and
do.
and we're keenly interested in Churchy's well-being. Um, just be aware that you know don't expect her to do what you think that she should do. You know what I mean? So
Exactly, and that's true. Irish life. We may be a community. But we don't have the obligation. That is true. It's exactly.
yeah.
I mean, it just. You know, I used to always say, oh, well, I came to Periscope because I have no drama in my life and I enjoyed watching it. I've got a lot of other stuff going on, and I'm trying to deal with real life, and then here I am with this, and it's like, oh my God, but is this real life? I don't know what this is anymore. it's it's almost like a shit show. I've got one kid on a daily going, I need help with this. I've got another kid that hit me up today with this. I've got, but I don't air my dirty laundry out. Someone
No.
asked Churchy, could she stay there permanently, and Churchy said she's working on that.
Yeah, I have my doubts whether that's the best thing for
She
her.
makes you angry and you can't be compassionate. Please don't toss hate. And that's exactly. If you're going to be hateful, and like I said, I'm not bashing. Everybody's free to speak, to do whatever. I just don't.
I'm not personally. I'm not oblivious to people's concerns.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I've been, and Cheri and Mandy will attest to this, that I've certainly been very outspoken privately about certain things that I've seen and heard. But I can't ignore the fact of who she is and that she's a member of our community.
Exactly.
And so, in my opinion, and keep in mind, I've been on here quite some time. I'm considered an OG. That I believe that if we're a member of this community, that we do have a responsibility toward one another. That's the way I kind of look at it. But like I said, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give her money.
Correct.
But to be supportive of her travels, and hopefully she'll get to her final destination. And that's really the goal.
Yeah.
No,
My goal is that she's safe.
And like I'm reading some of the comments. Let me reiterate what I said. I'm not saying that you're responsible for her. She's responsible for herself. However, we have a responsibility to look out for one another, and I don't mean it in a you got to kick in dough or that you've got to be watching what she does or anybody else does. Just wish them well. That's enough. So
exactly.
no differently than I would to you or a lot of my other friends and colleagues on here. There's a lot of us that really have the best interests of the people that we see on here in mind.
Right.
So, and Mandy's another one, that she's been very emotional about a lot of this. Both Cheri and Mandy have been, and I've been encouraging them to step back a little bit so they don't, have an aneurysm every time she acts out. You know what I mean? So,
and she is, there's others, and they address it privately,
yeah,
and I know Irish Life was very involved in trying to find and still, did everything she could. And then things went sour, but yet she still was in the background trying to find stuff. And she did find one. She did find one. And Lori said no. But we can't make her do something. We can try to make it her idea, which is not maybe the right thing to do.
trying to control people. This is an important thing. So listen up, people. Trying to control people is a mistake. You can't control an individual, especially somebody like Churchy. She's very strong-minded.
Right.
She's a character. That's what makes her entertaining.
Exactly.
But give her options. Give her options.
Right.
And let her choose from one of those options. And hopefully she'll choose the one that's works the best. That's all you can do.
Exactly.
So I'll let you go, Cheri, but it's always nice to chat with you.
Yeah, it is. I got aggravated because I had questions for that lady and she would not take my call.
She'll take your call eventually. Just
No, not Lori. The other lady that scoping, whoever the lady is that she's staying with.
Chichi.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Or Dixie, or whatever her name is.
I'm not sure if she's the conversational type. Let's put it that way.
She kind of. I don't know. My mom's 73 years old, and I would cringe if my mom talked to me like that.
Well, that's what I'm kind of.
But I cringe when my mom calls me first and middle name, and then I go, "Oh crap, what did I do wrong?"
you know what? Sometimes, I deal with physicians, and some of them can be very difficult, but they're also the most challenging. And when you win them over, they will champion whatever you decide to do, no matter what. And that's what makes it worthwhile. These two ladies, they're very strong personalities, and just a matter of, I guess, perseverance. But after a while, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
So.
But everybody just remember, it's not just me and Mandy. There are others.
Yes, and I'm very well aware of that.
There are very strong people, women, So I'm not the only one, and I'm not the leading force of it all.
No, you know what? That's the great
It's
thing
just
about
we're the ones that are outed.
busted again, huh?
Right, busted, and it's
Mm.
like I try to delete this app, and then it's like, oh my god, then somebody sends me something, and I can't get it on Periscope TV, so then I got to put this thing back on, and you know when I get upset because I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I have limited data, and I have 100 gigs of data a month, and it's for my business account, for so I can work, and then my household internet can't even pull Periscope up. So I have to go to the good stuff that just to be able to get up here.
You
you
know
know.
what? I think the thing. You know what's funny, and I'll get off soon as after I say this, is that I've heard people use the words Periscope is addictive. That's not what it is. It's you found home. You're part of a community, and being a part of something is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a bunch of people that you've made friendships with that you've never met.
Right.
That's incredible. You know, you've made a connection with a total stranger over the internet. Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
Yeah.
You know, so you know, those that are here, welcome. You're part of a community.
Right.
You
We
know,
agree to disagree at any given time.
there's nothing wrong with having a differing opinion. I
Hmm.
encourage it. You know, like it's that's how we learn from one another.
Exactly.
So, but anyway, Cheri, love you lots. Thank you very much for having me on your beam, and thank you, viewers, for listening. Take
Yeah.
care.
Okay. Bye. I'm,
Bye.
I'm gonna end this. I've got some things to do. Exactly. I came on Periscope because I was living by myself. Um, a friend of mine in June of 2015 said, "Oh my God, I found this. I found this website. You need to go look at it." And I remember spending 24 hours looking and saw the sun come up, this on one time zone, and saw it set. I saw the Eiffel Tower and the light, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I didn't have to get off my couch. Exactly. Exactly. I've seen countries that I've never been to. I've seen, oh my God, their styles, their houses, it's amazing. I've just seen, thank you. Thank you, Kindness Works. I will. I still have to call my son back, and stuff like that. But yeah, I've met so many people, so many, I'm sorry, Brooke. Yes, and then I found the drama. I found the drama. I'm, and I don't know how I don't know how I found it. Because I was watching mostly European stuff. Um, and then somehow or another, I found Jay Diddy way before, when he was doing his little calls in white underwear and white t-shirt. Way when he had 5 people in there. It was crazy. And then I went back to my European people, and then somehow or another I got sucked into all this mess. Exactly. Exactly. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to try to reach out to Miss Lori to make sure that she's okay. Yeah, I started with cake artist. I like to watch the cooking stuff. Exactly. We all can't. I can't explain it to my family. I refuse to tell my family. I don't want them to know because I would get the shit slapped out of me. You too, Ladybug. I don't know her. There's a lot of names that people go, well, do you know this one? Do you know this one? I was watching European guys and European stuff. That was fun over there, you know. Um, but you guys have a good evening. I don't know if I accomplished anything. Lori kind of in the beginning, but if I was wrong by her telling me where she was at, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong. You too. Well, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm gonna rule number 1 of Periscope: don't ever mention Periscope. Exactly. That is exactly. Toodles, Sean. Don't ever mention it. And when my guy is home in 2 weeks, you won't see me on here because he hates it. Lori can tell who she wants to for her safety. That's exactly. Good night. Good night. I will talk to you later. Trisha, have a good evening. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, no problem. Bye.